Have you ever wondered how to get better in your technical skills or maybe any additional skill that you're trying to develop? Hey, I'm Lois Roth, and today I would like to share with you some of the research that I found in the past and I kind of applied in my life, and I could see some positive results. So I believe that this can serve you in your career, maybe to study for a certification or even to develop a new technical skill that you are trying to deploy in your career. So let me share with you this architecture of learning, some of the components that I believe that are really essential. The advice number one is technical careers. What I realized is that problem solving is learning, and once we get that approach, that mindset, we can see any new challenge, any new opportunity, or even hurdle that is presented to us as an opportunity to learn and develop ourselves. And I found myself in the past in different situations where there were some new technologies that I wasn't fully competent or even aware on how to handle that. But I did embrace the challenge to understand what was going on, how I could resolve the issue, how I could help the business to resolve that problem that was raised. When we try to resolve problems and we try to really dive into that and immerse ourselves, we find ourselves in this discovery and investigation of the problem that we're trying to resolve, and we start seeking out solutions for that. And this is actually one of the best ways to learn. There are even some videos from Elon Musk talking about this approach. Instead of just retaining knowledge, kind of learning the fly. And with the time, you realize that if you have really enough time, energy, and resource, like people that you can ask, you can kind of figure out a lot of different stuff, and you can upskill yourself really fast if you adopt this mindset. I know that sometimes we try just to get better in a skill, just studying for that. That can be helpful at the beginning, acquire those skills or that foundation. But I realized that to get better at anything, and mainly in the technical industry that evolves so fast, you need to be positive and accept these new challenges and new problems that are raised. You just figure out the way, and with that, you end up learning different technologies, different tools, and even how to handle different situations that are presented to yourself. The second advice that I would like to share with you is really to focus on retrieval practice over passive review. We learn a new technology, we learn how to use a new tool, and we kind of just browse there sometimes to review how that was done. And research proves again and again that this is not the best approach to review something. Try to apply this as a practice, and when you are doing that, you are forcing yourself to get this review, and it's kind of retrieving in a meeting that you're presenting to someone, and you can bring up that topic or you can reformulate the problem, and that can really help to serve you on a sense of developing this skill of retrieving the knowledge that you have stored in your brain. And that makes easier if you go to another conversation or if you are resolving that problem. The hint number three is focus really on spacing over cramming. Sometimes it's easy when we get a new technology or a new tool, we just kind of dive into that and we try to resolve everything or try to learn that new technology or new tool in a short space of time, and that can be sometimes just in one day, a few hours. That is not the ideal approach. We should really try to kind of space this learning. And I know that sometimes can be a challenge when we are facing challenges in a organization, like in the project maybe is delayed and we just need to learn new technology and implement that. And that's fine. Sometimes that happens. We need to handle that. But if you are working on a project that you have time to develop that skill, if you can focus on blocks of time that you can kind of go over different days exploring that technology and building that solution, that will really help you to stick better all these concepts that you have learned, how the technology works, or it's a new feature that you are using in programming language, that will really serve you to kind of retain better that knowledge with the time. I believe that this can be combined with another hint that I have on this, and it's also something that's based on research, but once we have adopted these initial steps, we should try to have things shuffled, because that is variability. Some people call this interleaving. That is the idea of mixing different subjects. For myself, and I know a lot of us that we work on this cloud space, it's common sometimes for me to work with DevOps tooling. I need sometimes to work with some specific technology that I'm deploying that can be related to data solutions, and I need to learn that technology, and I needed to make that technology to talk with some legacy resource that we have. So there is all that layer of communication that I need to figure out, like how the networking will work here, what are the dependencies. This is something that really can help you to sediment all this knowledge that you are acquiring on a specific technology or tool. I believe that this can help you tremendously, because you are being exposed to different technologies, and when you have this interleaving, like different tools that you are using, and you are not focusing only on a specific tool. I know that sometimes it's very uncomfortable and it can be hard, because sometimes we just want to focus on our declarative code that you have built to deploy the resource, but suddenly we need to figure out security issues, networking problems, and that can really help you to kind of evolve your mastery and how you understand that technology. So it's something that we know that it's a struggle, but should be really appreciated for us, because it really giving us an opportunity to learn and master that technology. The last advice that I have here, number 5, is try to make practice every day for something that you're trying to master. I did mention here about this spaced repetition and avoiding to cram everything in a single day. So if you can kind of space this knowledge acquisition over the days, the weeks and months, and usually to build a skill, it takes time and a lot of practice. So we should be aware of that, and understanding that it's something that will likely, if we did the research, that will bring us positive benefits in our career, and even in our ability to be a craftsman in our work, like, and be able to use well the technology. I hope that you have enjoyed this video and this conversation here on how to get better in a specific technology or any skill that you are doing. I would like to get your comments if you want to share with us, like, what do you think about this topic, and what are your practice, like how you're deploying this in your life. I would love to hear that, and I hope to see you here really soon. Cheers.